Welcome back to CAF TV. As promised, the gentlemen from Maccabi Canada are joining me here in the studio. Head coach Jason Mausberg, and actually, I didn't even get a position for you yet, Josh, but Josh Baumann is joining us as well. And guys, welcome to the studio. And what position, by the way?
Left fullback.
Left fullback. And Josh has been having a fantastic season, as has the whole team, actually. A lot of exciting stuff going on with Maccabi. Maccabi, you taught me the proper pronunciation. I've got to make sure I say it properly with Maccabi so far. But first, guys, welcome to the studio. Tell us a bit about Maccabi and what exactly Maccabi Canada is.
Maccabi Canada is part of the global Maccabi movement, which is the Jewish Olympic movement. Maccabi Canada, every 4 years, sends athletes to Israel to compete in the Jewish Olympics, which is where we're just coming back from. Maccabi Canada also has local programs, including a very competitive soccer program for youth players, as well as the men's team, which I've been running for the last 17 years or so as well in the Toronto area.
Right, so for boys and girls, though?
Just boys, and we've got, again, a few select teams. We're not designed to be the biggest academy program going. We've got 4 teams, that's it. An under-16 team, an under-13 team, an under-10 team, and an under-8 team, as well as the men's team.
The reason why I mentioned girls is because looking at your website, I noticed there were sports featuring all different girls. So not just for other sports, though. It's both genders.
100%.
Absolutely. Okay, so what I'd mentioned off the top was they just got back from a very exciting event. It took place in Israel, and we're going to be showing you some footage of what the Maccabi boys were doing in Israel. But I'm going to let Josh take it away and tell us why you guys were actually there then.
Yeah, it was a great experience. You know, I loved going there. It was my first time in Israel. I thought, you know, my whole family was there supporting me, my friends, and it was really fun to meet people from around the world that shared the same values as I did.
Right. And this was for the Olympics.
It was for the Maccabi Games.
The Maccabi Games. Yeah, and tell us about that, because you guys were playing countries from, I mean, obviously from all over the world taking part in this. So the soccer tournament was huge, wasn't it?
So first off, the Maccabi Games are held every 4 years in Israel. It's the 3rd largest sporting event in the world, behind the Olympics and the University Summer Games. Right. There were 10,000 athletes from 80 different countries, and the soccer competition on a global level is always tops. We had 12 teams in the under-16 category where we were competing. You know, soccer powerhouses like Italy, Germany, England, Israel, Argentina, Brazil, US, and Mexico, and then you've got smaller soccer nations like ourselves, Venezuela, etc.
But you acquitted yourself very well, didn't you? Tell us how you guys did.
So there was two groups of 6, 5 games in the preliminary round. We played against Brazil, Great Britain, and a few other teams. We ended up winning the group, and then moving on to a very tough semifinal match against the US, which we lost in extra time. And then we played the U15 Israeli national team for the bronze medal and came up a bit short, but we finished 4th, which is the best finish ever for a Canadian team.
Experience of a lifetime, though, huh?
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And not surprising you guys would do so well over there, because, of course, anyone who's watched Maccabi so far in under-16 action in CAF Supergroup play the only remaining undefeated team in the under-16 group. It would be fair to say you guys are happy with your performance so far in CAF this year. Maybe Coach just talk about that.
Yeah, no, we're very happy with our performance. We've had a lot of injuries, so doing as well we've done year to date. Thrilled with how it's going. We've got a tough season ahead. Still a lot of back-to-back weekend games, which are always challenging, but we're looking forward to it.
And you mentioned to me, we did a little pre-interview chat on the phone, and you'd mentioned that typically when you come back from events like these, there's just a little bit of a letdown that you guys are going to have to work on. Do you know what Coach is talking about here?
Kind of.
A little bit, so just maybe talk about that and the mental aspect these kids need to have.
Yeah, again, it's always tough coming back from a top tournament, getting back into the swing of things. Yeah. You've just come through a huge emotional high. And of course, the pressure of the CAF games aren't the same as playing in Israel for a bronze or a silver medal.
Not quite.
So again, it's getting the guys back into shape. We played a lot of games in Israel too, so there's a lot of fatigue, getting them back going and motivated to finish off the season strong. Right.
How have you enjoyed playing in CAF so far, and what do you think of the team's play?
Yeah, sure. I've loved it. I think I like the fields. I like playing on the fields. I like, you know, videoing the video of the games. Right. I think the competition is also very good.
Right. And what do you think about the competition, Coach, so far from what you've seen in CAF?
Competition's excellent. So, you know, we're thrilled with playing in the U16 Supergroup. Right. Top teams, they've all been vetted, so every game's a close, tight game, which is a nice change for us.
How long have you been with Maccabi for? Because you guys have an association for a little while, don't you? Him as your coach. Just talk about that and your association with the club.
Yeah, so it's been about 7 years. I love Jason as a coach. I think we'll keep him.
We'll keep him.
He trains us very well. We're all looking to get better.
Right.
And
what does Josh bring to the field?
Josh brings a great outside left foot, strong technical player, good read of the game, great penetrating balls, and then a consistency. Again, coaching him and others for 7 years, he's got a consistency game in, game out over the 7 years that it's hard to replicate.
Guys, amazing experience. So glad you guys came on to tell us about it, and looking forward to seeing you guys get back in action next weekend again in league play, because it's been a layoff of about 6 weeks now. So thank you, gentlemen,
thank you very
for
much.
being here. And if anyone wants to find out more, MaccabiCanada.com is the website. Well, CAF TV coming up in just a moment.